Good morning, America, and welcome to I'm Just Saying. We are here at the Edge Radio TV network. I'm Simply Tennille, and
this is me, Bridget.
Look at us.
We're in our red.
We're back. It's Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, and we are getting closer to the weekend. We're getting closer to Valentine's Day, and Bridget got us up here in our red. Y'all like our red?
Like, coordinating.
Hey,
you gotta
we're
coordinate.
I think that you look absolutely wonderful in your red. It looks wonderful on your skin.
Thank
Got your melanin popping this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get into the show. And you know we have plenty to talk about. We have tried to cram, pack, squeeze as many things in here as possible because there's so many different things to talk about. There's lots going on, not only in Houston, but in the world around us. Ooh, I know. So we're going to jump right in. Ladies and gentlemen,
Get it.
Y'all know Houston is big on the rodeo, right?
Yes.
Huge on rodeo. I normally ride in the Houston Livestock Show Parade. This year I had to contemplate whether or not I was going to, volunteer my services, if you will, for Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, because I got very panicky when they tried to shut us down last year and we're trying to keep everybody in that was there. And I was there the day they shut the rodeo down. I was actually on the premises. Wow. So that's a different experience for everybody, because nobody's ever that uptight at the rodeo. Okay. So now we hear that the rodeo is canceled.
What?
Canceled. Okay. Canceled. They're going to do a private showing because, a lot of money is made.
Yeah.
At the rodeo. $2 billion?
Something like
every
that.
Year. Every single year.
Yep.
They make this much money. Tons of that money goes to scholarships for students. And that is one of the reasons that I chose to support it, because there's lots of people out there who need that money to change their situation.
Yeah.
So they also raise animals with the FFA every year. These kids have done their work. They've done their due diligence. They still need their shot, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they have minimized it. It's only going to be the students, I guess whatever parent is supporting them, because you have to bring them in the trailers and stuff like this.
Got you.
They're going to show their animals, and then that's going to be it.
That's it?
But there's also a plan in the works for the concerts, ladies and gentlemen. I know that you were expecting the concerts. I don't know what's going to go on with the carnival, but I have already gotten my private message about coming and working in May for the May event. So rodeo is going to be twice this year.
Okay.
A little bitty baby one, and then a little concert one. I don't know how many people they're going to allow into the stadium. I don't know any of that. But when the tickets go on sale, y'all already know. If you decide that you want to go to the rodeo, you better be first in line, because I'm sure it's going to go like that.
Probably, I'm sure.
What you say? I am sure.
Yeah.
So if you bought that new pair of boots that you were thinking you were going to be stunting through the, everybody buy a new pair of boots for the rodeo. If you bought that pair of boots, you better get them ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So, except for this very first private event, which starts in the month of March.
Okay.
Well,
that sounds good.
Let's keep moving.
Let's keep it moving.
All right. The city's largest public gathering ever. Oh, you're talking about, that's part of the, I'm sorry about that, from the barbecue cook-off and whatever else. I was about to add some more information from the, you can tell it.
No. I mean, that's fine. It's local news, so you got it.
Okay, no, but I was trying to go on to the next. I was trying to go
to the next. I was just putting extra information there.
Okay, got you. Look, she was giving me a little extra tidbit. We are going to move on and talk about sports in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's coming up on this weekend.
This Sunday.
Let me tell you this. Normally, I'm overly excited. I'm like planning my little Super Bowl party because I like to be the server and wear my little jersey and stuff like that.
We going to fight.
Not this year. Okay. Not in my house. Not in my house.
Not mine either.
I normally do that. But this year, that's definitely not happening. It was so unknown in regards to the Super Bowl as to what was going to be happening.
Yeah.
I did not think it was going to be on time. There's a lovely picture there of the two teams that'll be playing.
Yep.
Mahomes,
like I said, and another dude.
lots of red. There's going to be lots of red in the stadium, like I said before. But I'm going to be out of town. I'm
that's
super
right.
excited.
Yeah,
you know,
somebody's
so
going.
I know that we will find some bar, something, some place to hang out, watch the game. You know, with my ski suit on because
Must be nice.
I paid that money for that ski suit. I'm gonna be wearing that ski suit everywhere I go. They're gonna be like, "Where is this girl going?" Over
Did you
here?
have that on yesterday?
Why is she in this rose gold?
Not rose gold. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm gonna be standing out on the ski slopes, you know, because I'm thinking that this is gonna turn out really interesting because I did not know you could ski in Tennessee. So make sure that you check out that
All
blog
right,
post. It's going to be on timelinemedia.com soon as I get back. I cannot wait. Simply.Tennille365 is unboxing something else, if you will.
Okay.
People are always thinking that they have to spend a ton of money to be able to get somewhere to go ski. You know, you think you need to be in Aspen. You think you got to go to Colorado. You know, all these places that are really expensive. Tennessee is not that expensive of a flight from here in Houston.
Okay.
And so I'm going to tell y'all how to get there and things that you need to do while you're
All
there.
right,
And you can
then.
ski in Tennessee.
Well, you know people are going to be like, black people ski? Yes, we
They do. This is a whole urban
Yes.
event,
We
okay?
do. We do a lot
Speaking
of
of urban events, when we come up to our break, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be able to talk to Urban Events Global owner, Mr. Kevin Knight. We're super
Yes.
excited about that. He's going to tell you a little bit of tricks of the trade, if you will, where you can go and
Good.
find out information on travel.
Nice.
We're going to talk a little bit about Black Travel Tube, and we're also going to
Black
talk about
Travel Tube.
yes, girl. It's for bloggers like me once they're fully developed. You know, I'm an undeveloped. You know, I'm a raw talent still, if you will. But I'm just gonna keep on pumping it out there, and that's what we're gonna do because you know there are plenty of us out here who love to travel. I really
Yeah, I
like
do
going
too.
places for the new experiences,
Yeah.
and want to share that with my kids and you guys out there.
Yeah. It's in my
Okay, so what's
blood.
next up on the list, Miss Bridgette?
Well, I would like to, if it's okay for us to, highlight, again, we partnered with Comcast this month who are featuring Houston history makers.
Oh yes, Houston's history.
Yes,
makers.
yes.
I'm glad that the mayor puts this list together. We've talked about it being the 4th year in a row
Yep,
that he's put a
4
list
years.
together of Houstonians that go above and beyond, if you will.
Yes.
This month, which is supposed to be, you know, our Black Accomplishment Month. We're happy to be able to support these people in their missions and tell everybody a little bit about them, people that you may not have heard of
Exactly.
before.
And so today we are featuring Dr. LaShondra Jones of Southeast Veterans Resource Effort, also known as SERVE.
All right, serve, come through.
My greatest inspiration is that veteran that suffers in silence. She or he inspires me to get out there and be their voice until they find their voice.
When I think about LaShondra, I think of someone who really truly believes in the mission of helping women veterans and helping our greater Houston community. I've known her to go above and beyond in terms of advocating with the legislators.
To me, it's important to get legislation passed specifically on behalf of women veterans, just to make sure that women veterans are protected and that there is something that says, hey, we hear you, we see you, and we want to just make this right. There's a lot of things that we still deal with post-military that weren't dealt with while we were in the military. So I think it's my duty to make sure that women veterans are receiving not only their just dues, but that people know that we have a voice.
Dr. Jones is really kind of a hard charger. She's always moving, she's always going, she's always after it. I was always amazed with her energy. She's undeterred by a lot of things that would discourage most people.
I've seen her collect clothing for women who lost everything, were leaving abusive relationships. She's been an advocate for mental health.
My role at the Southeast Veterans Organization is just to help disseminate information for veterans who may be in need of financial assistance or mental health assistance. My favorite quote is, "To whom much is given, much is required." I've been given so much and afforded so much, not only just as a veteran, but just being involved in the community, that it's just been my role and my life's mission to give back to others.
Dr. Jones, I congratulate you, I take my hat off to you, I salute you. We thank you for all that you have done for the community at large.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you didn't miss us too much. Look.
Yeah, and I hope you learned something.
I hope that you learned something about another phenomenal person here. We got to do this unveiling. Like, I'm kind of liking this, We said that we were going to uncover these hustlers out there who have been doing things, making great names for themselves. And I'm glad that so far we've been holding true to our mission.
We got
Look at that. Y'all didn't see our COVID-19 bump, did you? Speaking of COVID, ladies and gentlemen, segue. Always a segue. Where are the vaccines? Where are the vaccines? The older people are worried, the medical staff, the teachers, they are now saying that teachers do not have to get the vaccine to return to the schools and X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
The vaccines are up and missing because there's snow on the ground all on the East Coast.
People are stealing them.
People are stealing them.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
I'm like,
but
really?
I mean, yeah.
They know how bad. We just showed you last week the people standing in line in the middle of the night to get a hold of this vaccine.
Yeah.
And
people are stealing
You're stealing it.
Are you selling it on the black market? I mean,
so when they get there, they've got to be sticking themselves. They're sticking themselves.
I don't get it.
And is that box good enough? Now they have to go back and steal the second box. Because you got to do both. This is getting so,
I forgot
it's
about
getting
that.
So crazy.
Yes.
COVID-19 is getting so crazy. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but there's a lot going on.
That is a lot.
They have, all the different types. They're saying that one now is more, keeps you more safe than another. I knew that this was going to happen. They're going to start pitting the vaccine.
Really?
They're going to start pitting the different vaccine companies against each other.
Oh, so they're different ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So depends on which one you got, how safe you are, I guess.
And like you said, it'll be $1 gazillion next week. Moving on.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I see here that Miss Jasmine Sullivan is going to be doing the halftime show.
Yes, Jasmine Sullivan.
Y'all, I had to pop back to the Super Bowl real quick. I'm sorry to seem like I'm all over the place, but Jasmine Sullivan, that's great. Jay-Z has really taken this NFL music by the horns.
Yes, he
I
has.
know that everybody was worried at first, but he has done a really great job in my eyes of halftime entertainment, if you will, game time entertainment, even through this COVID situation. He is still really putting it on the map. Go ahead.
Yes. And The Weeknd is the main act. Can you believe that? The Weeknd. Yep.
Wow.
And the game is being played at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida this year.
Okay.
But so that's pretty cool. Jasmine Sullivan and The Weeknd. And then also Eric Church. You can't forget him too.
Y'all, this some
so we will be entertained.
Okay. Yeah, this sounds like a good entertainment.
It does.
Speaking of entertainment, and I know you're having these parties and whatever else, today is National Carrot Cake Day. I'm sure that my grandmother would love to hear that.
I love carrot cake.
She loves some carrot cake, and she thinks she is phenomenal at making a really good carrot cake. Have you made one on your own?
No.
Oh, baby,
but I love carrot cake.
It's a lot of work. In my head, I'm not a baker.
I'm not a baker. I can bake a cake, but carrot cake seems a little bit too involved for me. And although I'm plant-based, but that's one of my favorite cakes to get. I might go get one today.
Okay. We have a couple of other things to pop in here real quick. Jeff Bezos is stepping down from Amazon. He's still going to be part of the company, ladies and gentlemen. He's just going to be on the board of directors, but he's stepping down. And I'm, what can we say? Everybody has a progression, and you should be moving on from things. I think a lot of people nowadays are not moving on from certain things because they can't afford to. They have to stay in their jobs. They can't afford to retire. We need to fix this country. That's my piece on that. This is I'm Just Saying. And when we come back, we're going to talk about wealth building.
Yay.
You see how I did that? We'll be right back.
Wealth building. I like that, how you transition. That was cool.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay,
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Aren't you tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrik Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Okay, so I have to explain this to you real quick. We had a really, really special guest, but we do know that he is out of the country right now, hanging out on the beach, doing fabulous things, you know. And I really, really wanted him to be able to talk to you about wealth building and travel and the different tips. So we don't have his opinion right now, but I've heard them several times. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to improvise, right?
Improvisation.
So I'm going to tell you one of the things that I really wanted to talk to him about and him to express to you right now, even though COVID is going on, it is still, you know, just like every day going to the grocery store or doing whatever else, it's all about you being safe when you're out there. You need to take your own personal precautions. Don't worry about everybody else. Keep yourself clean. I've said this a million times. We need to start worrying about home first, right? So we're going to get that part out of the way first, is that you need to be safe. Traveling during COVID is really not as bad as you think. As you can see, it's not stopping me. I am very much so taking time to plan out these trips. That's all you need to do. I'm going to introduce you to the Skyscanner app. If you have not gone on that app, Skyscanner allows you to enter, you know, where you're trying to go. It tells you when those cheap tickets are coming through, and it allows you to be able to, you know, kind of do it flexibly, and you can probably get tickets for $90 sometimes, and that's round trip. That's Skyscanner. So I'm gonna give them that little free piece, right?
I like that.
So next, I was gonna encourage Kevin to kind of tell you about Urban Events Global. You know, when you go in a group and they're doing a group booking, your hotel is cheaper, your excursions are cheaper, everything. So I liked our trip to Dubai for that very reason. It's always been a dream of mine, you know, to cross the water, go to Dubai. We always hear, you know, it's the sand style New York type thing, right? Because it's absolutely beautiful. We had a wonderful time, but it took all of that extra thinking out of the process. Sometimes we stop ourselves from doing things that we really would enjoy because we've got to think about how we're going to get there, when we're going to get there, what we're going to do when we get there, what kind of clothes we need to wear. And Urban Events Global definitely took a lot of that away. They have all different types of trips all over the course of the year. So you can find something for you. Tag along with a group. If you're a traveler who's not afraid to go by yourself and meet some new people, he is phenomenal at putting the right people together. Some way it just falls boom right together. So if you have been afraid and you don't want to travel by yourself, you want to travel with like-minded people who are trying to go somewhere just like you, Urban Events Global is definitely the way to go.
That sounds cool. I like that.
They also received an award for the top 10 best excursion travel groups. So he's doing big things, and he's black owned. Guys. He's always promoting other businesses as well. Through his events, he allows several other companies to promote themselves and do things like that. And that was why I wanted to shed light on him during, you know, our Black History Month, if you will, because I love people who are doing phenomenal things.
Absolutely.
Now let's get into this wealth building, Bridget. We know that everybody has ups and downs.
Yes.
Okay.
As we just saw with the
one of the main keys is managing the money that you do have during those down times. For those out there who have gone into retirement, I'm sure that you've seen this, you know, real quick. You realize that money just does not seem like it's enough. I want to talk about this with Kevin because he was, you know, out there, you know, in the world, if you will, with, you know, a real job, as a lot of older people like to put it, you know, out there working a 9 to 5. And it's not for everybody. That's why I want to talk about wealth building and entrepreneurship. Find something that you love. If traveling is your thing, which clearly it was one of his things, he's great at it, you know, going back and forth between the different places, not worrying about catching a flight those things. If you're one of those people, a travel business is probably good for you because then you get those back end free trips and things like this.
That's true.
He has also taken to the internet, because we know the internet is very popular, and started something called Black Travel Tube. Okay? It is a place for creatives like myself who love to travel.
Nice.
Everybody posts their videos to that one place. It's kind of like World Star, but for travelers.
Yeah, like a
all
travel
of the
blog.
information goes right to that one place.
Yeah.
You can see people from all over the world and their experiences
That's
as they
nice.
unbox, if you will, the world.
I like
So
that.
if you want to live those experiences and you can't get out because you're older, you know, you could do that, you know. And so that's why I want to say, in regards to wealth building, use those pieces of the puzzle that you really like.
Yeah.
We've also talked about stocks here.
Yep, invest. It's one of
Invest
the
your
number one
money in
thing.
things that you use every single
single
day.
day.
If you're a Louis Vuitton bag carrier, do that. If
Yeah,
your
invest.
children play GameStop, do that. And you
Mhm.
don't have to have a ton of money to start getting into the stock market.
Yeah.
All you need is $5, $10. Now, you're not going to make a huge amount of money off of submitting that part in
Yeah.
there. But if you take time and you research the things that you need to know, there's plenty of information out there on the web right now. All you have to do is Google videos on YouTube, or
Yep.
you know, whatever you need to do to be able to start getting that knowledge. And then if you decide that it's something really for you and it has kind of taken off, take a class. There are several Ivy League colleges right now giving free classes online. Online. All you have to do is make sure that you click in when you're supposed to, and you can get some of this knowledge that's out there, because they still have to have their teaching hours
Yeah, and it's free.
before these phenomenal kids get out of the, you know, before they get out of school. They have to go and spread the knowledge to other people. And that is one of the tools that I also wanted to give you in the way of, you know, building wealth.
Yep.
Because once you have learned, you know, a skill set, there's no taking it away. You
Right.
can share it to other people. I have told you several times about the school that I wanted to start. You know, I've had major setbacks, you know, because I'm not an educator, if you will. I've had several setbacks with making the right contacts with people, but you never let it stop you. Don't let it stop you. That's another
Yep, keep going.
thing about building resources.
Yep.
Spread yourself to all those people around you, those people that you don't think. You know, I do bike shows and everything else that's coming up here shortly. I'm going to be at another bike show. I can't wait to see you guys. I'm going to be in Daytona, you know.
Daytona.
That
Beach.
part. You look
Yeah.
that part. And I know that it seems like it's winter and I shouldn't be having fun in Florida, but I'm going to go and do that. Okay.
Well, and also
Because I'm wealth building. I'm building separate streams.
right, and wealth building too is the relationships that you build is wealth building, and also you can borrow other people's money.
Here we are. We're back to the PPP loans. You know, I want to talk to you guys about that for a little bit.
Saying borrow.
Everybody's scared. No.
Yeah,
no.
I understand.
This,
I understand.
I'm really explaining something to you right now that can put you in a completely different mindset. If you have started a business, you got that DBA hanging out there, stop thinking that that's not a business.
It
It's
is.
probably not going as well as you wanted it to, because you're not even thinking of it as a business. How can you expect other people to respect that? If that DBA is out there and it's been out there a couple of years, that's a business. You're an employee, and I'm sure that you've had other people print things for you or do
Yep.
whatever. Those are your employees. List them on the PPP loan. Get that 2% instead of running everything up on your credit cards.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're
Definitely.
talking about wealth building. Stop being afraid. I know that your parents have told you 1,000 times, don't you take no loan, because I have one. I have a parent who is very much so saying, don't you take no loans. But if I can get a loan
Yep.
with an interest rate that is this big versus trying to grow my credit and build, you know, on a credit card that's charging me this much, why would I not take that opportunity?
Yep.
Put that money in the right place. Now, if you're one of those and you know you can't manage money and somebody gives you $50,000 and you're going to go run it up,
then no.
At the Galleria, then it's not for you.
No.
You're exactly right. Leave it where it is. But if you have really sat down, put your plan together for the business that you're trying to push forward, or you've kind of been stagnant because you don't feel like your money has gotten in the right place, that most likely means that you need to market different. Whatever you're doing is not working. Take that money, go talk to somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
Definitely research them first.
Yep.
Put your money where your mouth is, and then push your business like no other.
Right.
I just recently visited Lily's Closet yesterday, so that's going to be up soon too. Okay, I'm just saying. And the store looks phenomenal. It was an online store that has now, because of COVID and everybody searching and shopping on the inner line, they have a storefront that's right over in the 610 area.
Nice.
I'm definitely going to have to take Miss Burchette over there so she can scroll through, the clothing, through the racks, if you will. But it was very nice. I loved it. It was nice and clean. I love a clean store. I'm sorry. I like it clean. And they had some really unique pieces in there. I'm all about uniqueness.
Yes, I am too.
So again, wealth building online is one of the major things that you also need to look at. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Because I'm going to keep popping in off of your stuff.
Well, they also make sure that you spend. Understand the impact of personal spending and develop a spending strategy, which you said when you get the money that you're borrowing, and then make sure you manage the money well.
Yes.
Minimize the impact of all of cost, but especially the cost of drag of taxes. People don't understand about taxes.
Let me talk about taxes for just a little bit. I know that everybody has been in the mindset, and if you haven't, you need to change to it.
Yeah.
Write it all off. Every single thing, including gas. Like, we're just going to talk about I'm Just Saying for a little bit. I'm Just Saying definitely has a bank account. I'm Just Saying definitely buys gas for the car, and the car has to get me here, right?
That's true.
So every single piece of that business, the hair, the whatever, all you have to do is line it up right. If that is part of your persona, if you will, for being a podcaster, because we know tons of people out there are podcasting right now. You have to make it work for you on the back end. If you need to use those things as tax write-offs, there's, again, plenty of lists out there that shows you what qualifies and what does not. If you're at home and you're retired, there are people right now making tons of money off of cleaning videos on YouTube. All you gotta do is clean up your house. How easy is that?
And time lapse it. People love that.
I'm telling you right now, I am giving y'all all the game for free right now, which I should not be doing. It's time for Tennille's class. We're gonna have a class, maybe next month. Bridgette's gonna help me put that together.
See how she just volunteered? I was a voluntold, rather.
I'm always tolding her something to do. Tolding her something to do. But we've built a great working relationship, and we're trying to transcend that over to y'all. I hope that it is relating well.
I know, right? Yeah.
But yeah, there's tons of ways, and when you find who your team is, ladies and gentlemen, definitely work with those people to get things moving and popping. Since we were not able to show you the beautifulness of Mexico this morning. Look,
I know, right?
I do have yet another person that I would like to introduce to you that I met in Dubai. His name is MKO, ladies and gentlemen. He was the one who put on the Art Fusion event that I went on. He was also interviewed. You're going to hear me laughing and music in the background. But here's Mr. MKO in a video from Dubai, if you will. So even though we didn't get to talk about the trip and all the wonderfulness that it had, here is yet another wonderful person that I met there who is doing big things. It has already started.
Okay, what do I have to say?
Tell us, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the organizer of this event. Tell us who you are and where we can follow you on social media. I have made lots of video clips. These amazing artists are together. Let's talk a little bit about it.
Alright, so my name is MKO. I'm a Dubai-based singer-songwriter and an art creator. So this whole concept about art fusion, right, was a platform that we created about 4 years ago to provide opportunities for UAE-based creators. So we're talking from art, music, fashion, poetry, and all sorts. So it's pretty much a platform where every form of creative can show up and showcase themselves. So like tonight is our very last event for the year, and it's called Art Fusion Night End of Year Party.
It's been an amazing event. You know, this is my first time here in Dubai. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, he has put on something really, really fine, okay? Tell us a little bit about the artists that are here tonight. We're here looking at this one picture because we were all over here just kind of hanging out. You told me that 2 artists worked on this work, okay?
Right, that's correct.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So we have David and Victor work on this piece. So David is an artist from Uganda,
okay,
and he's one of the most talented artists that I've had the privilege of working with in Dubai. And then Victor, on the other hand, is an artist from Zambia. Victor is mute, he doesn't speak and he doesn't hear, but he's been able to use art as a means of telling the story, and art is sort of the voice which he never had.
That's amazing. I would love to hear about how you kind of put these things together and find the right people to put in a set like this.
Well, as a creative myself, at the early stages of my career as an artist, I was always in need of a platform where I could showcase myself. But it was one of the most challenging things to do in Dubai. Hence why I created Art Fusion Night, to create opportunities for more people. So if I had a platform like Art Fusion Night at the early stages of my career, perhaps it would have been a lot more easier. So that's why I created Art Fusion Night, and through this platform we've had artists who have won awards, we've had Dubai Tourism sponsor us. So it's been a great journey, and I'm glad I took this step.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please go and follow this guy on social media. Tell us where we can follow you.
So my Instagram would be MKO_world. It's MKO_world.
I think that's too easy. Let's look at this fashion for just a second. There's a lot of pieces here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're definitely going to crop down to what? The shoes. Y'all know I love a good pair of shoes. Tell us a little bit about your fashion here and the fashion in Dubai, if you will.
All right, so just before I talk about the fashion, you can follow Art Fusion Night on Art Fusion Night. It's literally Art Fusion Night. And my fashion, so I've got these bad boys from Dubai-based designer, and these are from River Island.
Okay.
And my shoes are Gucci, mate.
Of course. Hey, it ain't nothing if it ain't Gucci, right?
Life is Gucci right now, man. You know, art, music, everything. Great people coming out to support. It's been great, man. So yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to Art Fusion Night on tonight.
And thank you for being here. And thank you for using your platform to talk about the incredible work we do in Dubai. And we look forward to having you back in Dubai.
Yes. I was about to say Africans in America, but we weren't in America. Who are doing wonderful things. So I had to rethink that one. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed that and you learned about somebody new that you can go and follow on social media, just like you can do us. Please take time to follow us at I'm Just Saying Live on Facebook, and we'll be right back.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Simply Neil here, and we are in the building at the Edge Radio TV network. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m.
to 10.
You know, I get up real early for y'all, and I try to put all this work into this show, and sometimes things don't go as planned. But guess what? We were able to get a hold to our very special guest this morning, Kevin Knight. Welcome to I'm Just Saying.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, what's going on? How are you guys doing?
You are all smiles, so you must have had a really good trip, you know.
Looking all tan,
Hey,
sun
you know,
glistened.
the crazy part is I just got back to Houston yesterday, and I'm already back in the airport, about to catch another flight to Puerto Vallarta. So
Wow.
it's a little busy. I don't know if you can see the airport stuff behind me, but I'll try to keep the background noise.
This is
to a
exactly
minimum.
what people wanted to see. They want to see how many people are in the airport, because there's a lot of people that are still afraid to travel right now during COVID. I'm glad you moved away from the people. We did see you with your mask being safe. So we're happy about that.
My mask. Yeah,
Okay.
you know, the airports are actually pretty empty for the most part, and for the most part, a lot of places that you are allowed to travel to are requiring to have a COVID test, a negative COVID test.
Mhm.
So it's probably the safest place to be. They're not requiring COVID tests to go grocery shopping, but they require it to be in the airport most
That
of the
part.
time. So
I know, and
so
standing in the
it's
line.
it's a lot
crumped up with
safer
people.
here.
Okay, so let's jump right into this thing just in case we lose you. We did talk a little bit of travel, and I introduced them to MKO, who is one of your new friends. I don't know how long y'all have been friends, but we did just watch a video from Art Fusion, and he told a little bit about himself. And so now I want to talk to everybody about travel and the best ways to kind of save money, if you will. I did tell them that you guys were phenomenal at taking all of the pain out of your travel. I didn't have to think about a thing when traveling with Urban Events Global.
True, and you know, I appreciate you for having me on. I appreciate you for being a continued customer of our events. But yeah, you know, our goal, and you've experienced this, you know, yourself. Our goal is to create experiences geared towards African Americans traveling abroad, and basically making it as seamless and as simple as possible, all while creating that same networking environment to where you're meeting and mingling with people that are, I hate to use the phrase on your level, but people that have that same level and desire to travel the world and just see and experience new things on that level, the people that have that desire, that interest. So, you know, that's kind of, that's basically what we do in a nutshell. You were privy to our Dubai trip. Dubai was amazing. We had a good time out there. I had a good time hosting you guys on that trip. So that's what we do. We take the guesswork out of travel, and we put together, hopefully, an agenda that's pleasing to everyone.
The agenda was so packed with things, y'all. I got to my second blog post so that I could make this wonderful video for you guys. And I had so many pictures, so many different events, so many different things to pop in there. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I might have to split day 2 into 2 days, you know, because it was so jam-packed, full of things that I probably never would have even thought to experience. So tell us a little bit about the background work that goes into this, because that's one of the reasons you're traveling right now, right?
Exactly. So, you know, a lot of the background work, for example, I'm going back to Dubai in May, the middle of May. The reason why I wouldn't go the beginning of May is because of their holiday, Ramadan. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's certain things as it relates to travel that unless you really know these places and go to these places, you can easily make the mistake of traveling during the off season when they're not even selling alcohol. Not saying that alcohol was a big part of our trip. However, it does come in handy, right? It's all the little things that matter. So you want to know the vendors that you're using, the transportation. You don't want to use bootleg transportation to pick people up from the airport. You know, you want to use reputable companies. You want to stay at reputable hotels that by the time you guys Google, and you know how our people are, they're going to Google this hotel. They're going to Google and make sure, okay, it's a 5-star hotel. It's this, it's that. Cool. It just makes, when they hit the ground, it makes it seem like our company has been living in that city, state, country for years. And we're just welcoming you guys into our home.
Yeah,
right?
We very much felt safe. We very much felt like it was family there because everybody was looking out for each other. It was really great traveling to Dubai with you guys. Next, we want to talk about wealth building in different ways. I know that you are big online. You have a big online presence. What made you decide to move that way? I know it was probably, you know, society, but what decided in your mind that I need to start getting on the net and making things happen?
You know, I spent 16 years in corporate America and financial services, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, private equity investments. And I did all right. You know, I did well, but I wasn't necessarily the happiest of people. You know what I mean? Like I was making the money, but I wasn't having that much fun doing it. And so when the opportunity presented itself for me to move forward into the entrepreneurial world, it kind of found me. I didn't find it. I was able to kind of shift my focus more that way and shift everything I've learned in corporate America and investments into my own business, into my own practice. Even as it relates to real estate, we're actually in the process of closing on 2 big land deals right now because our ultimate goal, and I haven't announced this publicly, but our ultimate goal is to own and operate our own RV park, like the Mountain Breeze or Mystic Quarries of the world, the places that we've used for Urban Camp Weekend. My goal is to create our own campground to where I don't have to rent, you know, spend $50,000-$60,000 renting these other locations. We can own our own location. So
he doesn't know that that's a thing of mine. Yeah, that's why I'm looking for the property so tough right now. We visit RV parks and I love taking my family there. There's lots of activities in those places and you can still be socially distanced, if you will, because, you know, COVID doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. No. So you got to have that.
It's space. Not. So yeah, I mean, let's be real. COVID is not going anywhere anytime soon. It's a numbers game. Everyone at some point will be exposed to it. You know, I had it back in September. Fortunately, I was able to quarantine out of the country while I was on vacation. So, it's one of those things where it's just math at this point. It's not going anywhere. It's something that you're gonna have to deal with, and you know, for the foreseeable future, it's just something we'll have to move carefully in that space.
Let's take a little time to talk about Black Travel Tube, if you will. Let us know a little bit about what's going on there.
Yeah, so Black Travel Tube. Oh, you know what's so funny? I'm actually walking past this little vendor booth. I don't know if you can see this through the camera.
Yes,
they actually have masks. They have vending masks and a personal protective kit in there. That's interesting. Sorry. So Black Travel Tube, more about my business and not this business. Black Travel Tube is a space where African American bloggers, video bloggers, and event companies like Urban Events Global can post their events, or some of the influencers out there. There isn't really in the travel space, you don't see a lot of color. And so what we're trying to do is highlight those video bloggers, those YouTubers, the people out there that are actually trying to make a difference in our community that are also traveling, to get more representation of us in the travel community. I noticed in a lot of like magazines and travel websites, they don't typically market to our people. And they don't offer us the same deals as they do some of the other influencers. So I'm giving that a free website where they can upload their pictures, their videos, their YouTube videos, and try to highlight them and show them, show the rest of the world that we also have funds to travel. And we travel all across the globe.
So Kevin, this is me, Bridgette, here. I wanted to know, what do you think are a few things that stop or hinder Black people from traveling abroad, especially?
Okay, well, one is finances, right? It's you have to have a certain level of disposable income to go. Planning, and this isn't just Black people, but I'm just going to talk in general what stops some people from traveling. Planning, women are typically better planners than men, so they'll plan a trip. To get a guy to go on a trip, the woman probably has to do most of the work. if it's a couple's
Very
trip.
true. Very true.
A lot of men don't have passports, and that could be due to not wanting to travel, or it could be due to having problems with child support. I know that sounds kind of like, wait a minute, child support? Yeah, they will take your. There's a lot of men out there I know that don't have a passport because they have back pay and child support. They take your passport from you. So there are certain limitations, and then just the desire to want to travel to another place that you probably have only seen on the internet or in a history book or something like that. But I think we're starting to travel more because we're seeing more people traveling, and we're seeing these places. And you look at social media and you say, well, if that person could do it, I can definitely do it.
Yeah.
If they can go there, I can go there. So it makes it a lot easier to promote trips when everyone else is promoting those trips for you.
Yeah. So what made you get into the travel business?
I was born in Frankfurt, Germany, and so my parents were both in the military. Yeah. And so my growing up in a military family, you move around a lot.
Yep.
So I've always had a desire to travel, a want to move around, explore the world. When I was in college at the University of Texas, I took a semester and studied abroad. I actually studied in Mexico for a semester to learn language, meet the people, just kind of figure out life a little bit. And so it's always been a desire. It was something that I always did.
Mm-hmm.
And so when social media came along, it was just a way to document it, but it wasn't anything new to me. It was just a new way to document it.
Right.
And I think once people started seeing that I was traveling, they would just come to me for advice on different places to travel, how to travel. And it just, one thing led to another, and a business got started.
So sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
She's like, you're no fun.
Okay,
before Bridgette asked you that question, I also wanted you to be able to tell people, Urban Events Global, when you were talking about planning and the resources or funding, if you will, he allows people to make payments. So if you take time and you plan this thing out and decide where you're going to go, Urban Events Global allows you to pay that out in payments.
Nice.
So for a lot of people, to help alleviate that, if you're not a saver and you want to drop it at that one time, you can definitely make payments.
So there's a way.
Yeah.
There's a will.
Right. And we try to make the payment plans very simple. I think, and I don't know if I've updated it yet, but I think it's still $50 down, $50 or $75 down. And then the payment plans are flexible. You can basically tell the system how much you want to pay or how often you want to pay it. It'll automatically deduct it from your account. And if the funds aren't there, it'll wait 3 days and try to deduct it again. So it's a very flexible system that we use. It's automatically set up, so you're not going to miss any deadlines or anything like that. So we try to make it fun and easy for everyone to join us. And with that being said, we have travel insurance because COVID is real. And there are certain things that come up with certain trips. So we do allow people to move from event to event in case something happens, because we are in different times right now where, travel can be tricky. So we have to be just as flexible as this pandemic that we're facing right now.
And they were very, very informative throughout. I mean, every time there was something or a deadline that needed to come up that, not in regards to the payments, but between our COVID tests, checking in at the hotels, making sure that, the person was there to pick us up from the airport,
Right.
You don't get that when you book stuff yourself.
No, you don't.
Period. So it was
Right.
very, very nice
And
not to have to think about those things because they were texting and, making sure everything was straight.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I told you guys ahead of time. I said, listen, we will probably over communicate So you could turn your notifications off if you don't want all the notifications. But, you know, with me being in Dubai and then the rest of the staff being stateside, there's a 10-hour time zone difference, right? So we're 24/7 sending different messages, making sure people are arriving at the right time, checking flights. There's a lot of moving parts behind the scenes, but it's as simple for the customers as they want it to be. You know, typically when you guys have questions, we'll respond to the whole group, especially if it's an email that's pretty detailed. I'll just respond to the whole group because it's probably a question that other people want answered as well. So we just try to put ourselves in your shoes and make it as easy as possible.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to come up on a break, but I want to make sure that Kevin is able to give you all of these different places where you can go and follow him on social media so that you can get hooked up with Urban Events Global. And remember, stop being so afraid to get out there. You know, I'm definitely not one of those people. I want to go whenever I can go. So, Kevin, please give everybody your social media handles. What did you say?
Yeah. So I said you're definitely not one of those people. You're an adventurer. But yes. But no, they could find us on urbanaventsglobal.com. That's the website. But if you look it up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, just type in urbanaventsglobal.com and you'll be able to see all of our social media stuff. And from there you'll see the Urban Excursion Weekend, Urban Camp Weekend, Urban Cruise Weekend, and all the other blacktraveltube.com. But if they only remember urbanaventsglobal.com, they'll find everything else.
Nice. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, don't be afraid to get out there. If you don't have a passport, as we kind of discussed earlier, there are plenty of things going on right here in the States where you can have a lot of fun and meet some really great people. Because I know it's Valentine's Day month, if you will. You know, you don't have to wait till Valentine's to be trying to, you know, find somebody or whatever. But there's tons of trips and tons of people with like-minded youth. And we're going to keep it pushing.
Yes,
right?
Indeed.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We wanted people to get this information. Go book your trips today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Appreciate you.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Aren't you tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrix Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
Welcome back to I'm Just Saying, where you're always going to learn something and have a phenomenal time. You might laugh a little bit, you might cry a little bit, but you can't say you didn't learn nothing on this show,
That's
right?
for sure.
That's for sure. This has been, we told you it was going to be jam-packed. We know everything didn't go planned as scheduled, but it's okay. It worked out.
It always works out.
The powers that be are shining down on us. That's why we're in here glowing and stuff.
That's
you know?
right.
I'm sorry I had to call us cute again.
Anyway,
we cute. Anyway, let's keep pushing forward with the show. It is now time for probably Bridgette's favorite part of the show, entertainment news with Bridgette.
Hey, ladies and gents. So yes, it is time for entertainment news with yours truly. So over the weekend, Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner were seen together, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!"
After she showed the tiger stripes.
Exactly. No, that was Chloe.
Sorry, wrong sister.
Yeah. So what they were doing, though, that they are excelling at co-parenting, and it was Stormi's 3rd birthday.
All right,
and
Stormi.
so they were celebrating her 3rd birthday party.
All
so
right.
that's the only reason why they were together, y'all. They
I was
get
about to
back
say,
together.
you better not talk bad about Travis Scott, because my kids absolutely think he is the best thing since sliced bread. Baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
They love some Travis Scott.
Yeah.
They're always telling me, can you put on Scott's? Put Scott's on, Scott's on the Pandora. They want to hear it. I'm like, that is not appropriate music for y'all.
Well,
but
they've heard it from somewhere.
you know, it's life. I'm one of those parents, whatever.
Yeah, she's one of those parents.
I mean, I really am trying to allow them to be themselves, because I don't know if I really got to really, put it out there like I would
now, because she couldn't be herself when she was younger.
I'm such a prude and everything else, whatever.
Okay.
We're going to move on.
Moving on.
Tell us the next piece.
In honor of Black History Month, there are 32 books that are being suggested for you guys to read.
32 of them.
32 books. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and give you all 32, but I will give you a few. And the first one is Selected Poems by Langston Hughes, who's also known as the Shakespeare of Harlem. I read that book when I was a young person. My mother was a librarian, and she was a voracious reader, and she instilled that in me and my sister, her nephews. Her grandsons. We have all boys. And so, yeah, that was one of the books that I've read. Also, Becoming Muhammad Ali, a novel by Kwame Alexander and James Patterson. Now, this book is for young readers, so your boys would enjoy this book. And it talks about the biography of Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, if you will.
Okay.
And, in his life and how he overcame different things. And then another book that is by, Veronica Chambers, is called To Finish the Fight. And what this book is about is the women's suffrage movement. What they went through for the right to vote. And it is also for young readers, but any person of any age could read this book. Now, you can find the link on I'm Just Saying Live Facebook page. I put it up there for you guys to go and look at all the other books that they are suggesting.
Did they include that book that talks about sexy time during the Civil War?
No, they didn't include that book.
I like to go and pick up different things like that where you have to dig, to find them. If you go over to the Buffalo Soldiers Museum, they sell books right out in the front as well. I was just trying to. But when I'm in there, I like to find the stories that were not heard of, like when they were sneaking and sleeping with black women and then trying to get back to the real world and act like they had never done it. I like those kind of stories when it comes to Black history. What were you getting away with?
They got away with a lot.
Yeah, they got away with a lot. So if you're interested in finding some interesting reads, that's another place you can go and pick up some interesting
And they're
books.
right here in Houston, too.
Right
so
here
that's
in
a
Houston,
good thing.
Texas, Buffalo Soldiers Museum. So if you don't have time to go pop and grab one of those, but Amazon's too easy now, and you can probably get it in an audio book for y'all that don't like to read.
Yeah. I mean, people don't have time to read. I mean, I was listening to an audio book on the way in. However, I also have the book and I'm reading it as well. So I don't know. But anyway, this is pretty big.
Okay.
Mariah Carey's sister, Allison Carey, is suing her for $1.25 million.
Girl, bye. What did she do? Why does she feel like she deserves some money?
Well, because she has said that Mariah, in her book, her memoir, The Meaning of Mariah Carey, she put out all the business. Now, she didn't say it wasn't true.
I saw
it's
meaning.
Just that she put it in the book.
I skimmed a couple of a couple of things. Look at that phenomenal cover. That girl, boy, she can take a picture, a mean picture, can't she? Let me tell you this. If my sister come for me for millions, if you will, of dollars,
just 1.25, that's all.
Baby, we're gonna have it out. That's millions to me. If I gotta give away that much money, and I would like to think that she would be already taking care of her sister. Yeah. Are they estranged?
They are. They are. That's the best picture that I could find of her because I wanted to show her in a good light.
However, so all of the rest of the pictures, she looked like trailer park trash.
I mean, Anyway,
Mariah,
she said,
you got to take care of your family.
Well, she said that.
See, I'm not gonna go there today. We'll say that for another day.
So in the complaint she filed in New York, she said that she is seeking money because Mariah has been heartless, vicious, vindictive, despicable, and totally unnecessary.
Because she spoiled and don't have a
public humiliation. And in her book, she displayed all of their personal things. Like I said, she did not say it wasn't true. It's just out there for the world to read.
She didn't want it out there.
Now, I have something for you gamers out there.
Oh.
Everybody loves Fortnite. I know your boys probably play Fortnite.
They definitely love Fortnite. And Fortnite is a money pit. It sucks all your money away.
Yes, because they want skins and they want all this other stuff. So, yeah. So, SoundCloud is getting into the gaming business.
Okay.
They have announced that they're having a Fortnite live stream tournament in the first SoundCloud player, and they'll stream it on their Twitch and on their Facebook page on February 18th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time. So that is 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central time. That's our time. And also I wanted to mention, because this is Black History Month.
I want to put this out there, ladies and gentlemen. Put in the comments whether or not you feel like Twitch is for kids. My kids have been wanting to get one there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's a little grown. I think it's a little too much. I know there's
That's
a lot
good
of kids.
question.
I know that there's a lot of kids on there.
Yeah,
but
there are.
I think it's a little much. You know, I do still try to keep them children, if you will.
Yeah.
Maybe when they get older, 15 and up. But I know that there's, you know, cussing and everything else going on there. So let me know what you think about that, all you gamers
That'd
out
be
there.
interesting. Yeah, I would like to know that too. So I don't know if most of you knew this or if you knew this, Tanil, but do you know that there is a founder behind Black History Month?
I think we kind of talked about that a little bit with Mr. Napoleon Jett, didn't we? But go
Did he
ahead.
mention Carter G. Goodson?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
So yes, he is considered the pioneer of the study of African American history, and he's given much credit to Black History Month. And how it came about because he was disturbed by the textbooks and had the history that
And
they
that we had been left out. Remember, he said that.
Yes. Okay, well that's wonderful.
Like-
Okay,
I'm
that's
saying,
him.
just
That's
tell
him.
him,
Just to
Mr. Carter G.
Mr.
Woodson
Carter
is
G.
there.
Woodson, and that's why. Now it started out as Negro History Week.
Okay.
At first, and then
They gave him a
in
little extra time.
1926, and then 1976 they changed it to Black History Month, and he picked the month of February because it marks the birthdays of two men who greatly influenced Black America, which was Frederick Douglass and President Abraham Lincoln, who did the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
And last but not least, I have to have my quote of the day
Let's
from
do
an
it.
African American. And today's quote is none other than Muhammad Ali. And he says, "I am America. I am the part you won't recognize. But get used to me. Black, confident, cocky. My name, not yours. My religion, not yours. My goal, my own. Get used to me."
Get used to me.
Yes.
I want
Muhammad
y'all to
Ali.
get used to me. I want to become a household name, and so does Miss Bridgette here. Okay, Muhammad, thank you so much for putting
Thank
that out there.
you.
You give me energy. I love it. I hope that it did the same thing for you guys.
Yes.
We're going to squeeze in the movie scoop right now.
Yes.
I'm glad that she brought up Muhammad Ali because he is in the movie One Night in Miami.
All right.
They do a depiction of him, which
Okay.
I hope was correct. And
Nice.
when anybody is going into a new religion, of course, we have questions
Right.
and this, that, and the other. So they did very much show what they think, because this was fictional, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of you guys
Fictional.
thought that this was a real night that happened. Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
who was it? George played football. Jesus. Sorry, I'm gonna move past him. Muhammad, and then
John. George.
and Malcolm X.
Okay.
But the football player that was in there, they were all going through different things at this time.
Uh-huh.
They all wound up having these conversations,
Hmm.
and it really made you think in this movie about each side of the puzzle. Jim Brown, that's his name. Thank you so much for that.
I was thinking him.
And a lot of movies are doing that right now. We watched American Skin as well. These are some of the movies that I didn't get to talk to you about. And just knowing that your skin can make people think a different way about you. In this movie, they also depicted both sides. They showed us what the cops think and what they're taught. And they also had a father whose son had been gunned down in front of him.
Oh my God.
So if y'all are looking for some interesting movies to go and watch, those two should be at the top of your list. If you have not seen American Skin or One Night in Miami, I did get a little lull in One Night in Miami, where I felt like they were kind of talking and over talking it.
Gotcha.
I don't like that. I want to still feel like I'm sucked into the movie. I don't
Right.
care if we're in a hotel room. I don't care where we are set in this movie. I need to still feel compelled to want to watch.
Yeah.
And I did feel a little lull kind of around the beginning of the movie, but after that, took right off. You
Okay.
realized what you were learning and why you were there to get the message that was coming through loud and strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know about the blockbuster hits that are coming out in 2021.
Blockbuster hits.
2022.
Remember Blockbuster where we used to
Oh
go
my
in there
gosh.
and
And they
scroll
put it
through
on
the
your
movies?
credit.
Scroll through the movies for hours. Mommy, I want this. You run up to her.
this video.
I want this. Go put that back. That's $10. No.
It was.
They had separate prices
Right,
on them.
right.
I'm like, what is this? I thought we had a membership subscription or whatever.
Yeah, no.
Blockbuster was definitely the place to go to
Yeah.
for movies, though.
movies.
We've spent hours and hours in there because I've been watching movies, I told you, since I was young.
Yeah.
I'm always going through the free rack and the whatever so I can see what extra I can take home,
So James Bond is coming out with a new movie.
Okay.
And it's called No Time to Die. And it should be out October 8th, 2021. And Marvel's Black Widow
Yes.
is coming out May 7th, 2021. And now, do you know that they had the audacity to do another Fast and Furious?
Another Fast and the Furious.
They're calling it F9.
I am getting so confused.
Yeah, but look who's on there.
I'm getting
Tyrese Gibson.
He's back.
He's back.
And guess who's not? Because you know he fell out with who?
With The Rock. But
so they will not be in the same two movies anymore.
Isn't that
if
crazy?
you have not realized, the one before this, Tyrese was not in it.
Right.
Now this one comes back with Tyrese and No
not
Rock.
The Rock. Yeah. So I'm not understanding
Dwayne
that.
Johnson, if you will.
But anyway, that's due out May 28th.
Hey, baby. Now look at this. Y'all better go check out those movies. I love picking a phenomenal movie. I actually get really proud of myself when I'm like, oh, I made a good choice just from watching the trailer. There are tons of trailers and different ways that you can watch these movies, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. Netflix.
Disney. There's Prime Video
Yep.
out there.
Everybody's streaming.
Disney. We talked about the HBO
Yep.
Max.
Yep.
You could get HBO Max and not have to deal with the rest of it.
That's very true.
I told you, I think you should just get away from cable altogether, especially if you're trying to save a little coin. Since we've been talking about wealth building today,
Yes.
you don't need cable. You
You
can watch
don't.
every single thing you want to on YouTube.
Yep.
Just change
I was
the
about
type
to
of
say.
movies. Change the type of movies. They all wind up on YouTube
Yep.
eventually.
All of them.
All of them.
And somebody always films it and puts it up there for free. I'm just saying they do.
She's watching the bootlegs.
I am not watching
You're
the bootleg.
busted.
I'm just saying that
you're
they
busted.
have it on there.
You're
I'm
busted.
not watching the bootleg. I paid the $3. Okay, don't do me.
What you say? I paid the
Don't
$3.
do me.
Okay, so I see here that we do also have our social unrest piece in regards to Georgia.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that, and let's talk about the gun sales.
So in Georgia, the gun sales have gone up. Now, gun sales have gone up across the United States since COVID because of the pandemic. People are worried and people are frightened.
Certain areas, they were also taken off the shelves.
Yes.
If you live in an area and you realize that there were no guns and there was no ammo in your store, you most likely live in a predominantly African American neighborhood. Let's just put it like that.
put it
That's
like
as
that.
easy and as simple as I could put it.
Yep. So in 2020, they put out, or they did 210,000 background checks for guns in Georgia. And that was a single day, and that was March 20th.
Wow.
The other days following that was March 17th, 18th, 19th, and the 21st, which made the top 10 list for days in U.S. history to buy guns in Georgia.
They packing in Georgia.
Pretty much.
If they got approved, they packing in Georgia. Y'all better be careful down there. They're
Yeah.
also packing right here in Spring, Texas at my address. Please believe me.
And Katie.
We packed,
Houston.
okay. And this was not a thing that I just adopted during COVID-19 and stuff like that.
So you had a gun before then?
Yes.
Okay.
My father instilled that in me very early. You also need to learn how to hunt. Colton and Corbin have also taken lessons out shooting and doing whatever else. Not, real lessons, but from their father and mother, if you will. What if something happens one day, ladies and gentlemen, and you're caught in that situation where we have gone down to this third world country where there's scarce food and X, Y, and Z? Can your son hunt? I know that you're saying you don't want them to be holding a gun and you want to be against the, National Handgun Association. You want to be against all those things. But can your son hunt? And I'm not saying just with a gun. You could use a bow and arrow and all these other types of things.
Right.
But what have you given your children as a means for survival if things really do get bad?
Yeah.
We never would have expected things to even be on this level.
Exactly.
We're walking around in mass like we're on total recall.
And the sad thing is that I'm afraid of guns and I've never owned a gun. However, and I've taken self-defense classes. However, it seems like self-defense is not enough.
It is not.
And I remember we had a conversation and you were asking me if I had a gun and I said I do not. And you were like, you need to get one.
You need to get a gun.
And learn how to. Now my sister does.
Okay.
My sister is a licensed gun carrier. And she told me the same thing.
And please remember that this is just our opinion on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But the way the world has turned, and especially, a single woman, who's out there and needing to protect herself at certain times. You just never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
So I just want everybody out there to be prepared, if you will.
That's it. Preparedness.
Yes,
preparedness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep reiterating this. We need you to submit your video or blurb about yourself, ladies and gentlemen.
Guys.
Valentine's Day,
Gentlemen.
Bridgette's Bay Hunt. The flyer is everywhere. Doesn't she look fabulous? We thought that this would be a fun way for somebody to get, a free meal and get to talk to Bridgette. I mean, don't you hear this phenomenal conversation that she's having just with me? Just think if she was interested in the person that she's talking to. So, gentlemen, please, please, please send in a little bit of information about yourself. I know we said a video. It does not have to be some fancy, whatever edited video with your name popping across the bottom and all of this. We're not going to pick that guy.
Something real simple. Something real simple.
We just want something really simple and show that you're interested and that you would like to go out on Valentine's Day. We're trying to decide exactly, where or what you're going to eat, because she is vegan. Plant-based. Let's say that. She is plant-based. And, we just want her to have a little bit of fun on that day. And we want you to have a little fun as well. And we're going into this thing with no expectations. I do know that she's going to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
I know that it's going to work out. It's going to be fun. And nobody's going to do too much. Look.
Because I'm funny.
So please, please, please go and follow us at I'm Just Saying Live on Facebook. You can send your video there.
Yes.
You can also send it to us at IJS Live on Instagram.
Yes.
We would love that. We can't wait to see.
I'm excited.
We
I'm
can't
really
wait to see
excited.
what you have to offer. What
I'm
you have
excited.
to offer. Okay. So, Bridgette, is there anything else that we need to squeeze in here? Is this our last?
Yeah, it's our last segment. You know what I'm ready for.
Yeah.
you know what time it is, people.
Let me get to my page, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we have just a little bit of time to talk about this.
Yes.
It's time for Tennille's touchy subject, ladies and gentlemen.
Dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
We need some theme music.
We're going to keep bringing these to you, and we want you to keep submitting them. Here we are. And during Tennille's touchy subject today, we're going to talk about a family who has a little bit of an issue. I can't, for some reason, I don't know where it is on I don't see it there.
You know I got you, girl.
My girlfriend and I have been together for the past 4 years. She has 2 kids. They're both boys. We're going to give you that piece of information.
Yes.
From a previous relationship, which are now 7 and 11. The boys and I have had a great relationship, and I love them as if they were my own. We have a pretty good family relationship, except for when it comes to disciplining the kids. My girlfriend says that is not a conversation to be had. Okay? She is out on him doing any kind of discipline. I want to know, when is the right time to discipline them? Oh, wait a minute. I have been the only constant father figure in their lives. So their dad is not around, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 4 years. That's a long time. You know these kids, but 4 years to some people may not be considered that long.
Okay.
We need you to put your comments right now.
Right now.
Am I only good enough to provide and keep a roof over their heads? Because now it sounds and feels like you're being used.
Yeah, that part.
But not take part in the most important role in their life as their father. These boys are at critical ages when they need a positive, strong male figure in their lives to raise them into positive and productive young men. I am seriously considering leaving. Am I wrong? Listen, we've got 2 questions here. Is he wrong for wanting to leave because he cannot discipline these boys? This is telling me they've already started getting off the chain.
Yep.
We know how preteens are, ladies and
7 and
gentlemen.
11.
7 and 11. So one of them is wilding out, probably fighting and arguing, because that's what they do at 7 or 8 years old. They want to combat the other one.
That's right.
And then the 11-year-old is about to hit puberty and is cutting up, and he can't discipline them. He clearly loves his girlfriend, and he wants to know.
Kids.
And he loves those kids. He wants to know, can he discipline them?
Yeah.
Now, here's
What's the
one
other
thing
part?
I want to add.
What's the other
Did
part?
we leave out a part where he may be a little abusive to the mother? Now, if she thinks that he's already hard on her, why would she allow him to discipline her kids? So, ladies and gentlemen, take to Facebook right now.
Right now.
We need to see your comments. Let us know what you think about Tennille's touchy subject. Is he wrong for wanting to leave because he can't discipline the kids? And maybe he's got a little pressure there, but we're not going to talk about that because he did not put that in the story.
No, he didn't.
Let us know, ladies and gentlemen, and we will make sure that we respond, and we'll make sure that he gets the information that he needs.
Yeah.
Bridget, what are you thinking in this case? Is he wrong for saying that he wants to leave, or should he be able to discipline these children?
Well, I don't think he's wrong on either. I think that, so 4 years.
He's living there.
Right. No,
he's there with them
taking
every
care
day
of them.
and taking care of them and providing for them.
And he was in their life when they were 3 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
So those are very young, impressionable ages. So if you're there as a man.
And I'm sure they respect him.
Exactly. He said they have a great relationship together. And so why can't he discipline them? And discipline is in different various forms.
Right. It doesn't always have
doesn't
to be
always
beating
mean,
the kids.
corporal punishment, but just to show them, and he's a man. I have a son. I can't raise him to be a man. All I can give him is the nurture part, and my ex gave him that nature part of being a man.
Right.
I don't know what that is. And I understand her fear, and that is, those are her kids, because you know how we are, ladies, about our babies. I don't care how old they get.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's 23, he's still my baby. I don't call him that, but you know what
right.
I mean. But, and so for her, I think it's a little selfish on her part.
Oh,
I
very
do.
true.
I do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we need you to go to Facebook. This has been another wonderful episode of I'm Just Saying. We are here live at the Edge Radio TV network. And guess what? We'll talk to you guys on next week.
Have a great weekend.